So, hey guys, I did mention this in my last Prey video that I believe went up yesterday, that me and my buddy here were going to do some E3 coverage.
Well, like professional journalism.
Professional E3 coverage. Yeah, a bit like last year, except without the webcam today, because of reasons. So this is my mate Rich. He has his own channel called Richie Bits.
Yeah, I haven't been on it in so long, I forgot what it was called.
I was thinking, I was straining myself. I was like, your channel.
Yeah, no, Itchy Bits, you know, like... well, that's it. That's what it's called.
Bits.
Like when you got itchy bits.
Yeah, when you have a touch of the crabs. Yeah, I've been mates with him since, well, too long really. It's overdue now.
Jesus Christ, man.
I lived next to you when I was a kid.
Oh my God. That's 24 years ago.
Yeah, oh man.
We met.
That makes me...
24 years.
I'm not 40 years old, guys. That makes me feel really old. Shit. 24 years.
We were like 7 or something when we met. I'm sure we were.
It would have been something like that,
class 2 or 3 or something.
Yeah, Christ.
Oh
Smoking all that weird shit up in the hills, like... Was it? We should smoke anything. Bit of carpet.
Coffee was the worst one.
I remember that, yeah.
That really burnt your throat.
That was bad. What was that weird bush that we were smoking? That just sounds so bad. That weird bush that we found up on the cliffs.
It was herbs. It was herbs of some description.
Oh, that's all right then.
I can't remember what it was though. I mean, you talk about get off topic.
What
the fuck?
Well,
yeah, professional.
That's a
do you know what? I don't get why IGN don't hire us, because we can stay on topic for literally 2 seconds before we start talking about something else.
Professional wafflers.
Well, yeah,
Let's be honest.
I'm good at that.
Got stories for days. But that is not the time. This is my old schoolmate from way back when, anyway. And
video games since the day we met, pretty much.
Yeah, the old Mega Drive. No, we had the Amiga first, because we always... Do you remember when we transitioned over to the Mega Drive? And we were like, we're never going to need another machine.
Well, the graphics were better than they would ever be.
Yeah, we were like, you know, who needs a PlayStation or an N64? We just keep our Mega Drives.
That was when we split, actually, and we had fights back then. It was like, oh, you know, my console's better than your console.
Yeah, because you went the Nintendo route,
and you went the
PlayStation route.
Yeah.
In hindsight, we had the best of both worlds, but those old console...
yeah, because I used to go over your house and play the likes of, like, well, we used to play Gran Turismo, GTA...
Command & Conquer, Tomb Raider, Duke Nukem.
Command & Conquer Red Alert, that's the one I really remember. And then obviously when you were over my house, it was like Zelda, GoldenEye, and
Mario,
like the Nintendo side of it. Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Diddy Kong Racing, Turok.
Honestly, that's one game, right? That would be the biggest surprise ever. Is if someone announced a Diddy Kong Racing 2 or something, I would. Although it wouldn't be the same. They wouldn't do it now. They just wouldn't do a game like that.
Because Rare isn't Rare anymore.
No, and it wouldn't happen.
Should we get on to the shit show then?
Before I start crying.
Yeah, well, so anyway, neither of us are huge Microsoft fans. We will say before we start this that we're fairly neutral.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, I've had an Xbox.
Yeah.
You know, I've played games on it and stuff. I'm not really particularly sided with anyone much, apart from Nintendo.
Yes.
But I don't own a Switch, though.
No, you don't. I'm very surprised.
You know... I am tempted to get one though. The idea of playing it in bed, does it and really,
on the toilet,
mate. When you're having them days where you can't get it out, you're just like, do you know what? I'm going to take Zelda in with me. That'll help it pass.
Especially on the days as well when you've had a serious night in the curry, and you know, one of those rare days where you have the day off.
But when you have to dab with cold water afterwards.
Oh, you're medicated toilet roll, mate. Medicated toilet roll. But yeah, the Switch is great for that. Once again,
I'm going to have to stop this, Ty. We're meant to be talking about fucking money.
Okay.
We literally can't talk about anything.
Right, so here we go. Forza 7.
Right.
Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't really care about racing games.
I'll think of this as like the realistic Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah, with no fun either. Take the fun out.
Take the fun and the music and the bright colours.
All in-game 4K footage, even though this is only a 1080p TV, so...
Yeah, it's alright.
Does the job. Hey, camels, mate. Camels. Wouldn't that have been a cool-ass Easter egg, if you could ride around in camels? It's like a bonus mode.
They might do.
I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. I know they added Master Chief's... Well, the Warthog. into the last one, I believe.
I've only ever played one of these, and I think it was Forza 3 or 4. It was on the 360. And I remember I did play a bit, but I just... The realistic racing games just don't really do much for me. I love futuristic racing games. I love kart races. As I say this to you every time, I drive a car anyway, so it's like the idea of driving a car in games kind of doesn't do that much for me. I like to do stuff that there's no chance of me ever doing.
That does look pretty fucking mad though. Visually it's insane.
Yeah, but they always have. Forza have always looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, personally I think Gran Turismo's been pretty shit for a long time.
I'll be honest, Forza, in my opinion, wipes the floor with Gran Turismo.
I'm going to have to agree.
If I was going to buy one, I wouldn't buy Gran Turismo, I'd buy Forza.
October 3rd. And here's the biggest problem of the Xbox. Windows 10 as well. I'm a PC gamer, and don't get me wrong.
Because you've got a PC, like, say you wanted that, you'll get it on the PC.
Yeah, I would.
You know, it is kind of a...
See, I love my consoles, but my PC is my primary system.
And a lot of people, well, I suppose there is actually a fair amount of people that don't own a PC that would just buy an Xbox, though, to be fair. Yeah. So, I don't know. It's just one of those things, isn't it, where it's kind of exclusive, but at the same time it's kind of not. Because if you've got a PC, you'd probably just buy it on there, because it's probably going to be better. And
some of these games that they showed off, because we have actually seen most of this Microsoft one yet. Now, the Sony one we haven't seen yet, and we haven't seen the Nintendo one's kind of filming now. But a lot of the games they actually showed here were cross-platform, and a lot of them look quite low-end as well, so you can run them on some meager machines.
Yeah, as I said, the main games we saw that excited us the most, unfortunately, were games that are coming out on other consoles. Yeah. And it kind of took the wind out of it a bit.
Well, let's see what's coming up next anyway. To be honest, I can't really remember. Oh man, I mean, fucking hell.
If it's a sports game, we're fucking skipping it.
Metro. Okay. Yeah. I was quite excited when I saw this because I only played the first Metro game and I thought it was
I was really amazing. Into the first one.
Fucking
I only played
amazing.
a very small amount of the second one. But the first one, I remember I did actually play a lot of, actually. I played through it a couple of times. But it was one of those games, see, when it came out, it would push your PC to the limits. Yep. And I wanted to push my graphics card as hard as I could, and Metro was like the game to do it. Yeah. And that was kind of what got me really into it.
Now, when I played the first game, this was before the Redux came out, I played it on a GTX 670 graphics card, which actually was above the recommended spec. But I played most of that game at sub 30 frames a second.
I was just about to say, I think when it came out, that was when I had my 690, which obviously when that came, that was like the dog's bollocks graphics
beast thing.
But even that, I remember on the benchmarks, if you maxed it out with PhysX and everything, it would run at about 45 frames a second.
It's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. But the Redux version came out and it was a lot better. Now, what's interesting about this one, they're going open world.
Yeah, but I can't help but think that's actually really cool because, you know me, I actually really like the Stalker games.
Yes.
And that was the first thing I thought when I saw it. I thought, oh man, if they're going open world, as if it was a bit more like Stalker, where you can go into like abandoned buildings and that and come across crazy mutants.
Yep.
That could be really cool.
Stalker is a fascinating series to me, and I don't understand. Well, I mean,
it's like a wasted potential kind of series because it has so much potential.
Yeah. And the A-Life system that they had with all the wildlife and all the roaming bandits.
And so I loved it. I really did like Stalker. I mean, that obviously was when I was all about PC, but I wish they would bring out a Stalker game. I suppose this is about as close as you're going to get, really. If they're bringing an open world Metro game out.
But here's the big clincher. He took his mask off. I don't get that, because in the other games
you had to replace your canisters.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, it looks totally different, if you know what I mean. Like it's not all snowy and like looking really shitty like it did before. It actually looks brighter, so maybe like the air's cleared in this one or something.
Maybe there's been a blowout.
Or like in the Stalker games, it's like you're alright until there's a what were they called? When you had an interruption.
The
you know,
blowouts,
they'd be like,
yeah.
you know, there's one coming, and you'd
Yep.
have to take shelter and things.
Yeah, because you had in the first game they took the blowouts out, but there's a mod that you can use. What was the mod called? I can't remember what the mod was called, but it added it all back in, and there was like a blowout every 20 hours, and it would rearrange all the
Anomalies.
Anomalies, that's the one. I always get tripped up on that word. And yeah, they were really cool. And I like the artifacts as well.
See, I only ever played Stalker heavily modded.
Yeah.
I never played the vanilla version of any Stalker game because I download because they're like Stalker Complete 2009
Yeah.
and stuff, and it'd make it look loads better, play loads better, and that's the cool thing with PC gaming. Full stop, isn't it? Really?
Mods, yeah. I mean, this does definitely have my attention.
I could be interested, but this trailer just doesn't do much for me because it's so pre-made kind of.
Mate, this is a vertical slice.
Yeah,
vertical
so
slice of the action.
I can't get too excited about the trailer. I hate it when they do this because they want to build up hype for the game, but it's like we're not stupid. We know when a game looks like how it's going to look and how and the way this. Because I remember this trailer and the way it falls off the cliff.
Yeah, it's not going to happen like that.
It won't happen like that,
No.
unless it's a cutscene or something.
It's the way he looks at his last arrow as well, and he's like, when you get that into your last shot, he's not going to be looking at a handful of bullets thinking, oh shit, is he?
Well, they might do. They might add that kind of detail into it. You never
Hard
know.
to imagine though. It would be cool.
Some of the detail I've seen added in games lately does, boggle my mind at times, to be honest with you.
Mainly the Naughty Dog stuff, let's be honest.
I'll be honest, yeah, Uncharted, you can just literally leave Uncharted running for a few minutes and just watch it, and you'll be amazed at the kind of crazy shit that just happened, like that they put in that you'd never notice.
I'm excited for this one, I would say. Now, okay, let's hold that back. I don't get excited for any games because I'm intelligent and I know most of the time they're a load of shit.
Yeah, I would
Especially
say that goes
the
for
new
me
ones.
for the most part. I think I get more excited, and people complain about remakes and remasters and all that, but the thing is, when they do a proper good remaster, you see it, and you know it's a good game.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be a good game when it comes out. Like when they announced the Omega collection of Wipeout, I loved Wipeout HD and Fury, so I knew when that comes out, it's going to be that amazing game I loved, but better.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm totally down for that,
And
New games, it's hard to.
I mean, for me, Horizon was a hell of a gamble because it's a new IP.
I
and all
thought
that
it was
shit.
probably going to be crap.
So
Well,
did I.
not crap. I wouldn't say crap. I thought it was going to be a meh kind of
very
game.
mediocre.
And then everyone like us was shocked when it came out and it was really good.
I mean,
so,
I've loved that game. I've put over 70 hours into it. And
I still can't get past the weird sound things with the
Oh,
the
they're
music.
really bugging you.
It's one of those things though. It's once you notice it, I can't unnotice it. It's really annoying me because every time there's a cutscene and a bit of music starts building up, I'm waiting for that moment where it just suddenly cuts off.
Yeah.
And it's really annoying because I can't I can't help but pay attention to it. It's
Turn
really
the music
annoying.
off. Yeah.
Well, I could do, yeah. And
Yeah,
then the game
turn
would
the
really
music off.
sound a bit dull.
Oh, I love that game. I've really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward
That's
to
a good
the
game.
DLC.
I need to put more time into it.
Hey, notice we're talking about Sony stuff already with Microsoft.
Oh, come on,
Yeah.
play something else.
Play,
Otherwise,
play,
you're going to
play.
start talking about something else from
Yeah.
PlayStation. Jesus.
Yeah, interested, but as we said before, Metro, fantastic. Thanks Xbox, but it's going to be in everything.
Like, yeah, if I wanted to play it, obviously I'd get it on my PS4. You
Yeah.
know, so
Assassin's Creed Origins literally could not give two shits.
I literally can't care any less than I do.
No.
It's Assassin's Creed in Egypt. The thing is, I love Egypt, like as a as a thing, the whole pyramid sphinxes and all the rest of it. But it's Assassin's Creed. I don't care.
As soon as I first saw this, though, and I was just like, okay.
I will say it looks more interesting than past entries. I can say that much because it's not in fucking London.
Yeah.
Or what was that one that was so broken? What was that? Unity.
Unity, yeah.
That
was
just
the one
looks-
set in France, wasn't it?
It just looks so boring. Like the actual setup of it looked really boring. Whereas this one, I will give it. It does look interesting.
Yeah. Well, with the exception of Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
I haven't
they've
played
all
it.
been the same.
I can't say anything for it.
No.
I haven't played it, but everyone says it's really good. So
I've dabbled in a few Assassin's Creed games, and they're games that I remember I brought the first one when it first came out.
yeah, I had it on PC when it came out.
See, PC Master Race. I had it on the 360. Nikki came home with it one day, and I was just like, "Oh, cheers!" And I was like, "Holy shit, that's Assassin's Creed!"
I seem to remember it was one of the first PC games to have DirectX 10 support, if I remember
about
correctly.
right, yeah.
And I remember when I was playing it, I've tried starting it like 3 times to try and get into it, but it was just so dull.
Yeah.
I literally could not do it.
Yeah.
And my biggest gripe was like the mega pop-in on it as well. Because on a PC game, I always thought, oh, you'd be able to adjust that, but you couldn't. And that used to bug the shit out of me.
I played, I played the first one, and I put about an hour and a half into it, and I just got so
I managed more
bored.
than that. Because you remember it was like in episodes where you'd be like, in modern day, you'd literally walk around the room, and then you'd attach, was the Animus?
That's
and
it.
You go do your thing. And I went into the Animus, I'd say 3 or 4 times before I ultimately completely gave up. And I was like, no, this is too boring. I can't be bothered with it.
That's an interesting point, though. That's one of the things that really put me off. Because going into Assassin's Creed, I never knew about this modern day stuff.
I have to cut the mustard.
That's cutting someone else, mate.
Man.
Fucking hell.
Don't eat a whole leg of lamb, kids.
Yeah.
Just...
Fuck's sake.
Come on, IGN. I can work for you. Fucking hell.
You have to be on the...
Imagine them doing one of their podcasts, and they'd be like, we can't invite Richard on, all he does is fucking fart.
Yeah. You'd be in an office down the way just by yourself.
Yeah. With the fans blowing away from everyone else. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sake. But yeah, I never knew about the forward in time stuff.
Come on, focus.
Right. So to me, that was like... Is it choking you now?
Oh, dear me.
So to me, that was like a massive, massive negative. Like, I remember I was like, what the fuck is this?
Do you know, that's a big thing, actually, for me. That is kind of the problem. If they release stuff... If they release this as just...
Just gonna have to cut this bit.
Oh, fucking hell. Right, okay, right, professional game journalism. Here we go. Right, if they released...
I'm just gonna have to cut this segment out.
No, leave it.
No.
Right,
Leave it in.
if they released this, but not as an Assassin's Creed game, and it was just like, Egypt's... I don't know, Egypt Assassins. I don't know what the fucking hell they'd call it. Or the... Fuck's sake.
No.
The problem is we're both tired.
Yeah.
And when I get tired, I do get silly. I can't help it. But no, if they just took the Assassin's Creed out of the title and got rid of the modern day bollocks,
Yeah, because
the games, in my opinion, would be so much better. If they were just like Ubisoft is bringing out a new historical game about assassins in this period, and they could all be mildly connected, but the fucking modern day
that's
stuff,
what I thought it was all
it just
going
feels
to be.
tacked on, it doesn't need to be there.
So unnecessary.
I can't even remember the name of the guy.
No, I can't. I know he got killed a few games in.
Did he?
Yeah, the original guy you played as.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't even fucking know.
No, it's all a load of bullshit. But what I will say, what I'm going to do, cut all this stuff out, but we'll have a blooper reel. We'll have like an E3 blooper video.
Okay.
Right, anyway, on to the next.
Available October 27th. Pre-order now and get a bonus mission.
So, coming up next, what have we got? Microsoft State of Decay
2.
Very, very excited.
See, I never played the first one, so I can't really say too much on it.
The first one was so good. It came out of nowhere.
What was it on? 360?
360 to start with. I mean, the game barely ran on the 360. It was broken.
I seem to remember, was it on PC?
Later on it was, yeah.
I was just about to say, I seem to remember it being a PC game, but...
It's on the PC now. Now, I've been thinking about getting it and playing through it because it was this indie game that came out of nowhere, and it shot to the
'Cause
top
it's not
of
like,
Xbox One sales.
You know, like the games like Daisy
No,
and,
it's nothing like that. No.
and those sorts of games, is it?
No, it's basically it's an open world game where you, from what I can remember of it, you start off in a camp with your mates. You've gone camping for the night, and all these zombies start breaking out and eating the fuck out of everyone. So you like get a vehicle and go back into town, and the whole place has been taken over by zombies. So you've got to find a location to fortify, but you also need fuel, you need food, and you have to scavenge all the houses. You can control any one member in your team, and you can invite them along, and you can find new survivors. And you can get cars, and you can like do up your buildings. And then there was a disease called the Black Death. I'm trying to remember all the different
zombie
parts
things, like on the whole, like films and that, don't do much for me. But in games, I think it can be an interesting thing. Obviously, like one of my favourite games of all time is Last of Us, which essentially is a zombie game. So I'm, zombie. Some of them, I'll be honest, don't really do much for me when I look at them. But games like this are a bit grittier with it, if you know what I mean, like a bit more of a brutal world.
Yeah. There's a lot more tension.
That's when it's more interesting.
I will be honest, this scene didn't impress me much. I've noticed they've still very much got the indie-esque animation. Like, there's something jarring about this whole scene with her fighting off all those zombies. It just looked a bit shit.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Is a Half-Life 2 mod.
Yeah. There's something about it, like the animations are just completely shit.
And like his gun's going, and the actual like fire isn't actually coming out of the gun at the same time. Like it looks a bit rough.
Yeah, which is fine because the first game was very, very rough. So as long as this isn't a full price.
Yeah, but when a game's really fun, you're willing to look past,
Yeah, and this is all the stuff that they've that you could do as well. You could build up and fortify your areas and get supplies, and obviously the more people you had, the more supplies you needed. But you could scavenge all the individual houses. Now, once you scavenged a house and got all the supplies, those supplies were gone forever. So it did start getting really, really difficult. But it was a really, really good game, and I think it was only 20 quid. It might have been 15.
At least you can easily say it's not a vertical slice because they're definitely not covering up the blemishes, are they?
No, exactly that. Yeah.
And that's one thing I will say for games sometimes. They might not look as good as the others, but at least when you're looking at it, you're like, at least they're not trying to make it look amazing and then it'll come out and look like shit. It's not Ubisoft, for fuck's sake.
No, where they show this amazing looking game and then 6 months later it looks like shit, half the content missing.
I'm actually wondering if they coined the phrase vertical slice.
No, it was Jim Sterling. No, it was Gearbox.
Oh no, I don't mean like Ubisoft invented the word because this is our trailer. This is a vertical slice.
Vertical slice. But very excited for this. And the thing with it, it does look just like the first one, just a lot prettier. I like this. It's just like over the top gore.
Nah.
Nice.
So yeah. The top.
That animation there, very rough. But I don't care as long as it's good, as long as the gameplay's there. State of Decay I played so much. Unbelievable how much that game I played.
No, so I never played the first one, so I haven't got any sort of connection to the second one really.
I would say it's easily one of the best 360 games. And yeah, it was just an indie Xbox Live Arcade game. And it was so much better than most of the AAA games that came out.
In a way, that's kind of the problem with the Microsoft press conference, because obviously we've already seen it. It was like the better games were the indie games, and that was kind of a bit of a problem. They needed a real A game, AAA game to come out with.
And they just didn't have it.
No.
They really didn't. Sea of Thieves. Okay. Sea of Thieves. I'm interested in this game, but I still don't see the point. Like, you can grab treasure and you can go hunting and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, that's fine, but what do you actually do with the treasure?
The biggest problem I have with this game is I know it's a completely different kind of game, but it reminds me of when they were showing No Man's Sky, where you were watching it and they're saying, oh, you can do all this cool stuff, but I was constantly just thinking, but what's the point?
Yeah.
I don't get.
Where's the hook?
Yeah. What's the thing that's going to keep... Because I get it, you can team up with your mates, you can go over to an island, find treasure. Great. You can then go on the ocean and have a battle with another ship. Great. But what's the point?
Yeah, why? What's the driving force behind it? Which is a similar thing that we found with Destiny, though. There was no driving... I mean, okay, there was nothing to fucking do in the game either, but what was the driving point behind it?
Why do you want to level up so much? Like, what's the real point of it?
It was just a soulless experience.
I'll be honest with you, and I thought the commentary for this was fucking diabolical.
It wasn't as bad as was it last year, where they tried
not
to
with
do...
the fucking... But they had the webcams on the people going like, oh my god, this is so fun, I can do this, oh man. Like, talking in a way where no one talks to one another.
No. That was so cringy. But I don't know, this was the best showing of it so far. I like the weight behind the guns and the gunplay coming up. It looks fun, but, I mean, is there a skill tree? Do you upgrade your ships? Like, what's the fucking point? If our ship gets sunk and destroyed, do we just get another one exactly the same?
Yeah, but not just that, but once again, this was one of their big hitters. Well, the way they saw it, I mean, I don't think it is at all. To me, it actually looks like an indie game, in my opinion. It doesn't. It doesn't look like a AAA title.
No.
And it's on PC.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'll be playing on PC.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. If I play it at all, though. Like I say, I'm interested, but I need to see so much more. I mean, the sea and the actual sea battles look great.
Yeah, it kind of... Yeah, certain bits of it look cool, but... I mean... Like this... I don't know. I don't really know what to say about this game particularly, because it literally... I love pirate stuff, but this game just does nothing to excite my imagination. I can't help but think this is it.
Yeah.
You go to an island, you follow clues, you can find treasure. I'm guessing you can level up with the loot that you get and things.
That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. What do you actually do with the treasure? And, you know, it's kind of got that fear factor to it for me. When I played Destiny, the beta it was, the only thing...
And you thought, man, this is cool. I can't wait to see what the whole game is like.
Yeah, well, kind of. I was actually... My worry was, I've seen everything. And I was like, nah, there's got to be more to this. There's got to be more to this. But as the game actually released, like, yeah, that is literally it. That little bit of the beta experience, that was the entire game.
It's that, but you just do a lot more of it.
Yeah, and on loads of different planets that had the same physics, the same feel to them. I mean, yeah, they look different. The colour palettes were changed out.
I just feel that this is a game that's going to be really popular, as I said, with like the streamer crowd.
Yeah.
Where they're going to get together with, you know, their crews and go out and have a laugh doing stuff. But like someone like me, that's why I think it does nothing for me, because I don't really play online very much, and you're about the only person I really play online with.
Yeah.
And I don't see us being like, oh man, we really need to get Sea of Thieves.
Oi, matey. Yeah.
You know, nah.
I mean, I like the artistic direction with it as well. And I've seen that you can spend your money on booze and get drunk, and it's like, well, that's funny, but what's the point?
Getting drunk in video games is just like, yeah, it's just like, what's the point? Because I bet the screen just goes wobbly.
Yeah, and the controls might
slower.
Reverse if you're lucky. Like, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, that was it was a similar thing when I played Ark. I played a lot of Ark, and there was loads of tunnels to explore. And I remember how excited one of my friends was because he found a new tunnel, and he was like texting me all day at work, and I was like, oh cool, I can't wait, because I'd never been down into one of these like caverns before. And when I got home, we started playing it, and it was like, right, we spent about 3 hours gearing up to get all of the stuff. And then when we actually got into the tunnel, he was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And I was like, but there's nothing in here. There's nothing. There's no loot. There's just loads of enemies. Ark as well is like, I'm getting that feeling that there's just nothing. There's no substance to it.
Yeah, as I say, I'm trying to think. The only thing I can really compare it to that's sort of slightly like a seafaring game is Wind Waker. It's literally, it's like nothing like it. But you know, like when you enter an island in Wind Waker, like you go to Windfall Island, no, Dragon Roost Island, right?
Yeah.
And you've got like amazing music, and the island itself has character, so you always remember. Like, if the game was like that, you visit an area and it's got like really distinctive music and character behind it, maybe characters on it that you talk to that are really memorable. That's the kind of thing that could make a game interesting to me. But everything I saw in this trailer was just bland. Yeah. To the point where they have a guy telling you that it's interesting in commentary, and that's why it kind of bugged me as commentary, because it was like he's like telling me I'm meant to be enjoying this.
And they're hoarding the treasure and doing everything to protect the treasure. And they're going on about this golden chest is like more important than the other ones, but they don't explain what the treasure is and what you do with it.
Is it just it's got more gold in it?
Yeah. And they were saying that you can go, I think they say at the end of this trailer that you can go and trade the chests in to turn, if you're lucky, to turn a tidy profit. And again, it's like, great, so you make money. Great. What do you do with the money?
See, because I think this is trying to demonstrate, obviously, the fact that you go from, we're treasure hunting on an island, to then we get on the ship, we go out to sea, we're in a battle. It's showing like that seamless movement from one thing to another. But the thing is, nowadays, that's nothing new.
No.
Going from one thing to another. God, games been doing that for donkeys.
Many years now, yeah. I do like the fact that someone's firing from a cannon up on the ship and stuff, and it's like, oh, that's pretty cool, but
Yeah, but I suppose, as I said, as a team-based thing where you get into it as a team, it's probably quite fun. But it's just for someone like me, it doesn't look that amazing.
Because you've got all these islands to explore, but are they all just full of caves that just have a bit of treasure in?
Well, because it's called like Plunder Outpost, I'm presuming it's like a town.
Yeah, because there's
trade
one town
and stuff like that.
These battles do look like they would be a heck of a lot of fun. I'm not going to lie there. These look so ridiculously fun.
Was it during this conference where they had the other pirate game?
There was
another pirate game I saw. Oh no, that was the Ubisoft one. Actually, yeah, they showed this pirate game on the Ubisoft conference.
Yeah. Now I haven't seen that yet, but they said it's basically like the best parts of Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
It's literally I'm trying to remember.
This is fucking cool.
About it.
This is cool. Fire yourself onto the other ship. I mean, I kind of get the feeling it's suicide. But at the same time, I think it's a lot of fun. But this game just doesn't look like it's going to have any legs to it whatsoever. I mean, you could completely be wrong, but the point is, they've shown this game off so many times now, and we've still just seen the same stuff, which is exactly what happened with Destiny.
Yeah, and I still have no idea what the point is.
That does look at the water. It does look incredible. But yeah, I mean, that is the problem. Destiny did the same thing, and so did No Man's Sky. Right up to the release, we didn't really know.
We saw loads of it, but no one saw the point.
Yeah.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that's what I've had with this the whole time I've seen it.
Yeah. Become a pirate. Oh yeah. To take for a chance to take part in the Sea of Thieves technical alpha. See, I'd certainly give it a go. I really want a bloody 1X. Crackdown 3. This game does nothing for me.
This trailer did my head in as well. We can skip this one if you want, because it's
Yeah.
just Tyler Cruz going, you know,
Crackdown 3 does nothing for me. I played the first game and I just thought it was
Super
shit.
Lucky's Tale.
This is the one that we both shit
thought it
our
was
pants
Conker.
and thought it was Conker.
Yeah.
And I remember as soon as I saw him, and it took me about half a second to realise it wasn't Conker, I was just like, oh no. Oh no.
And it's kind of like, in a very lame, half-assed way, they were trying to capture a bit of the humour and charm of, like,
Yeah.
you know, like the likes of Conker now. But it just...
Now, personally, for what this is, a 3D platformer, yeah, it might be alright. It
might be. To be honest, if you played Mario 3D World, it's the cat suit from Mario 3D World constantly.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is.
But I think for people that are into their 3D platformers,
See, I am.
maybe it will scratch
But
their
this
itch.
one doesn't. But then again, because I generally have a Nintendo console and that, I tend to have 3D platformers,
Yeah.
so I don't really have to look for them elsewhere.
Mhm.
I'd say it looks okay, but that's about as excited as I could be about it, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you just had Ukulele as well.
The character design just doesn't. Like, Ukulele has a lot of problems, trust me, but it has humour and charm behind it. It does, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. That's what's separate. And like, the music is amazing in it. It's like things like that are what make it special,
Yeah.
even with its flaws. Whereas a game like this, it just looks like it's
Yeah,
It's
I would
alright.
say that this game is very, very average. It
Yeah.
doesn't look offensive. It looks perfectly serviceable, but unfortunately,
It probably plays quite well, but it, like, as said, because I've played 3D World on the Wii U and that, like, it literally looks so much like it when you're in the cat suit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I doubt I will play this, but I'm sure people who pick it up they'll probably get what they want from it.
If I was desperate for a platformer, I might. I'll tell you one platformer I am genuinely interested to try is Snake Pass.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Every time I've seen that, I feel like I really want to try it.
It's made by Sumo Digital, the people that made the Sonic racing games.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah. November the 11th, oh, so that's actually out quite soon. But yeah, that looks completely inoffensive. Now this...
See, this trailer, the trailer itself looks amazing. Like, Ori, the first one, I can't...
I played the first one.
Oh, was it called Ori? Something to
Ori
do with
and the Blind Forest.
That's it.
Yeah.
And like, it's one of those games that you can't help but just admire it.
Yeah. Not only that, but right, this is going to sound weird, but it was a really deeply emotional game.
Oh no, I know.
It
I know.
really played with you, man. And there was some moments in Ori that were so sad. So sad, man. It's not a long game. You can bust through it pretty quick. But what I think's kind of interesting is Microsoft actually announced the Xbox One, the original machine, with the first Ori game, and I thought, that's kind of cute that they're announcing the One X with this. I'm very interested
it's
to
like
see where
the
this is
visual
going.
design of it looks amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think this is an indie game, if I remember correctly.
It's a very like high-end indie game.
Yeah.
I think.
But yeah, the first one was phenomenal. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My brother played it as well at Deus. He loved it. The character designs as well were crazy. And Ori is such a cool little like fox thing as well. It's cool. I'll
I'll be honest with you,
one.
this was actually the game that the trailer impressed me the most throughout the whole presentation.
Yeah.
And that isn't the way it should be. It's just the way it is. And so it's obviously a game. It's probably going to deal with like loss and
very
death
much
and
the
all the
first
rest of it.
one was.
So it's
all
probably one of them
about
games that's going to
Yeah.
make grown men cry, and they don't
Yeah.
want to admit it.
The games that make you shed the tears are the best ones, mate.
I'm actually trying to think if I've ever cried at a game. Like actually cried at a game. I've gotten choked up playing games.
Yeah.
I
I know. I've never broke down and cried into my hands, but
I came close at the end of Uncharted 4, but it was more
Yeah.
because it was like the end of a journey kind of thing, and it was more that. But
it was more than the end of a journey, though, wasn't it? It was like the end of the Drake's life. It wrapped everything up so completely. They had the kid, and when you first see, was it Drake and what's his missus called? Can't think of. Elena, yeah. When you first see them, they're old, and it's just like, oh man.
It's kind of that
like,
mortality thing. You're like, oh man.
It really made me think about it. Oh.
Yeah, as I said, moments like that occasionally in games choke me up a little bit.
Naughty Dog's good at that. And when you're going through that book and you find that picture that they took in the first game where Drake's holding the shotgun and they look so young and youthful, man. It's just, it was, man, it was an amazing game.
I didn't cry or anything, but I felt a bit like...
I was choked.
I felt it there, you know?
I was choked. I was really like, shit, man. And then when you hear about Sully and all that lot were doing fine, they're giving up smoking and all the rest of it. And when their daughter was going through Drake's cupboard, or his closet, and there's all those artifacts, and she's like, oh, what the hell is this? What's this? What's this? And you're like,
looking at all the stuff that you found throughout the games.
Man, that was
I do think one moment I came close was The Last of Us, but it probably wasn't one of the moments that most people would think of. It was actually because the first time I played it on Grounded, right? And this particular bit was I had to play it a lot to get through this bit. You know when Ellie's in the burning building with David?
Oh yeah.
You know, and then it comes to the boss fight, you know, in brackets, where you have to avoid him and stab him and that. It was when I finally did it, because it took me a lot of attempts on Grounded, because he's super sensitive, so it took loads and loads of attempts. But when I finally did it, and it got to the bit where she's just pounding the shit out of his head with a machete, and Joel comes running in, it was that did get me a little bit. It was kind of like, I don't know, it just made me go, fuck, because you knew that the game, like, she had changed in the game as a character, and you know, that was one of them moments. I'd say I got close. I didn't, but I got close.
She kind of grew up.
Because after that, she's really quiet. Yeah. When you're walking around, she doesn't talk to you much and all the rest. Like
that was such an oddly dark part of the game, though, wasn't it? Like, because she's underage.
Well, she's only 14
in the
game,
something like that. And his intentions were clear. Like,
exactly.
It was, man, that was,
God, I love that game. Come on, next one.
Yeah,
we're on the PlayStation again.
It's a theme here. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Now again, okay, this is cool.
I'm trying to remember what it actually was.
It's basically, you know, Battle Royale, Tartan Asian film.
Oh yeah.
This is that, basically.
Oh right, okay.
It's a mod. It's shit tons of fun. It's not a surprise it's coming to the console, so we can skip it. It is what it is. Deep Rock. This I thought looks cool. This is the mining dwarves. It's Minecraft, but you play as cool little dwarves. Oh yeah.
I was trying to think what trailer it was. Yeah, now I remember.
I saw this and I was like, okay, I'm actually intrigued.
The only thing with it is, and I'm not like beating it down, but the look of it, you know, when Jim Sterling's doing his fucking green light and they using the asset flips, the look of the guns and that looks like, you know, those Minecraft zombie games.
Unit Z, you know that lot.
I can't help but like have that thought when I'm looking at it.
I saw this and it instantly had my attention. And I saw the group of dwarves lined up there, and it's like, right, me, Deus, Weird Boy, and like Chris, just
once again, it's one of those games that looks like it'd be a laugh with a few mates.
Danger, darkness, dwarves, and you know, who doesn't want a bit of space dwarf action?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I'm interested.
Darwin.
This was garbage. This was that game that they painfully tried to portray as an esport game. You know, the guy came out live on screen.
Skip this. Just, I remember now.
Utter fucking dog shit. Minecraft needs no interruption.
Dragon Ball Z.
The stuff that they did with Minecraft, hats off to them, because they're doing some
well,
good
the fact
work.
that I could play it on my Switch against you on your PC or something, that is
That
cool.
is so cool.
That is cool. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a Minecraft fan, but it is cool.
Mhm.
That is definitely a good idea.
And it's nice to see them supporting it. Dragon Ball Z, I liked it when I was a kid. I probably liked it too much. Now, as a kid, we all played these Dragon Ball games on the PlayStation 2 and the PSP, and they were fun, but I don't really care.
Once again, I have no interest whatsoever.
No, don't care.
Going Super Saiyan.
Black Desert. Now, this was that MMO. Thing is, I don't give a shit about MMOs. I'm sure
I
this
don't
was...
even
Oh,
remember
hang
it.
on. Was this the MMO, or was this...
I don't know. The shadows are popping in quite a bit for a trailer.
No.
Well, no, it's just like. Well, I suppose,
It's
yeah.
pretty obvious. No, I don't think this is the one I was thinking it was. Well, it's
I don't remember
pretty.
seeing this. I
Pretty.
really don't remember seeing this. I might have got sidetracked by something at the time or something.
Yeah. I'm sure this was the MMO. I think it is. Looks interesting. Yeah, this was the MMO, man. This was, some kind of new, massively multiplayer game. And I was like, okay, it looks cool. It looks like some weird weirdo shit, you know? It just...
Looks like something your brother would probably get into.
Yeah.
It's his kind of bag. You know, chuck
You
a
know, when
couple of 100 hours into it kind of game, you know.
when you have female warriors that basically don't wear any clothes, and you
Yeah,
know, that
exactly.
it's just that always is a massive turn off for me as well. It just looks stupid. It just breaks the immersion.
It does nothing for me whatsoever. I mean, MMOs just don't
No.
full stop. I've tried to play a couple in the past and I was never able to stick with them.
No, they're just so mind-numbingly repetitive.
It requires a certain person to enjoy it.
Yeah, I'd say
I need to be constantly...
entertained.
Well, I don't even want to just say entertained, but like my mind needs to be challenged in some way,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. And when you're just doing repetitive things for a long amount of time, I lose interest really quickly.
I tried to get into World of Warcraft like a long time ago. I really tried to get into World of Warcraft. I played it for pretty much a straight week. But it was just so fucking boring.
Well, that was the thing, I just couldn't...
I
understand there's enjoyment to be had in those games, but
Yeah.
I just can't find it myself.
I mean, it was just like, you know, go here, kill 10 boars, go here, find a necklace that's fallen into the sea, go here,
Spiders.
kill 20 spiders, and it's just like, so this is what people do.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, can't be asked.
What's
The
next?
Last Night. What was this one? Oh, yeah. This.
Was that slightly pixelated?
Yeah,
art style?
this weird. Like with cyberpunk-esque sort of game. Looks really.
Oh yeah. I remember
really
this.
interesting. And the music. This game had my attention.
Never underestimate the power of music in a game, because
no way.
it can elevate a game from being mediocre to being amazing so quickly.
Absolutely. Music is just as important as visuals. Even more so.
I would say more so, because you can play a crappy horror game that looks like shit, but if it sounds amazing,
Yeah.
you know, it can make all the difference.
And at the same time,
But I
you
said
can
the
play
art
a
style
beautiful
does
game.
look cool.
Last Night. Yeah, I mean, personally, I need to see more, but it's got my attention. It's definitely got my attention. I do like the cyberpunk kind of... That's fucking
Slightly
cool.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Blade Runner.
That reminds me, when I'm back from my nan's,
Mm-hmm.
I think we should come out and we'll do like an old school sci-fi. We'll watch a couple of like Alien,
Sounds good to
Blade
me.
Runner. We'll watch a couple of older like science fiction.
Fuck yeah, even fitting maybe the original Aliens.
Oh, you can skip this off.
What the hell was this one? It already looks boring to me.
I'm trying to think what it reminded me of.
Oh,
Do you not remember this one?
no. I must have been making a coffee or something.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Alright. Not interested. Oh. Might as well finish it off.
Yeah.
Right, so that told me approximately nothing about the game. Don't like the art style at all.
No, I hate that kind of like paper cut out kind of.
Yeah, I mean it can
animation.
work. It can work, but that, yeah.
I mean, the animation I suppose was used a bit like that in Limbo.
Oh, this man. I saw this and I was like, okay, this looks interesting. But it literally shows you nothing. And then I got to this point and I was like, right, okay, so what is this? Some A.
Don't ask me, mate. But it's Tacoma.
And it's like pre-order now, and I'm like, what the
Why?
fuck am I? Yeah, what am I pre-ordering? Like, what is this? Cuphead, yeah. Cuphead looks fucking sick.
The art style is just.
It's on another level,
cool
isn't it?
As shit.
It's just on another fucking level. Yeah.
There is a lot of hype for this game. There really is. Rightfully so. You couldn't make a game that looks more like a 30s cartoon.
No.
It looks amazing.
No, it is a masterwork in visual design. Absolutely
It
masterwork.
was like the bosses and that just looks so cool.
Yeah. Look at it. It just looked ridiculous. You don't know where to look on the screen because there's so much going on. It's so interesting.
If Laura saw me playing this, she'll think I'm watching something.
Yeah. Yeah, all over that. All over that.
I bet it's going to be a game that's hard as fuck.
Well, didn't they say that at some point? Oh, this is the montage.
Incredible games.
Don't really care about that. Ashen. What was Ashen?
See, this is a problem when none of the games really stick with you. We only watched it. What was it, yesterday or the day before? Whenever it was.
Yeah.
And it was. I literally can't remember hardly anything.
Ah, this actually did look quite interesting.
Last the day dawned, and we rose with this first light.
Yeah, I remember this. Couldn't tell you what was going on,
Trail, only fleeting.
but I do like the art style.
In its wake, the night returned to claim us. After lifetimes, the light rose again.
The combat reminds me a bit of Dark Souls.
It could be a Dark Souls-esque game, but multiplayer.
Well, they're all the rage at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hard as bollocks. Dark Souls-esque type games, isn't it?
Doesn't really do much for me, but yeah, I mean the art style and the visual design is, yeah, another one that's got my attention.
This rebirth will end our wandering.
I'm a really difficult person to give much of an opinion on a lot of games because I've got some weird tastes in like games that I love.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
I'll give this one a look when it comes, when it's closer to being out. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still not 100% sure what it was though, that's the thing.
no, I'm not really.
Now, what was next? Life is Strange. Right, so here's the thing with Life is Strange.
It's free on PlayStation at the minute.
It is free on PlayStation at the minute. Now, I know that this game is that the first one was incredible. I played the first chapter, I believe, of the first one, and I fell in love with it straight away. The characters, just the feeling, the emotional attachment.
I haven't touched it. I downloaded it, but I haven't touched it.
It is one of those games that is a kind of experience that only very rarely comes along. And it was something very, very special. And when they announced this, I was surprised they announced it on Microsoft stage, but at the same time I kind of knew that they were going to announce it, because apparently there wasn't going to be a sequel. It was going to be like a one-off thing. But because of how incredibly well Life is Strange did, they immediately set on to doing more, or something like that. So I heard, anyway. I don't know how true that is, but yeah, very, very interesting. I mean, I don't need to see the trailer, because it's one of those games that we've already seen.
It is what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I can't wait to play Life is Strange.
True 4K gaming trailer.
Yeah, don't care. Halo Wars 2, didn't actually know they announced the DLC for this game. Now, I played the demo for Halo Wars 2, and it's fucking
Have
great.
you got, is it on PC?
There's only PC and Xbox One, yeah.
Well, I knew it wouldn't be on anything else. I didn't know it was on PC though.
Yeah, it's PC, and it's bloody brilliant. Bloody brilliant. Better than the first one. And the story was awesome too. Really cool. However, I didn't like the where it ended. You could tell where the game ended. It wasn't the complete game. Because it was building up to something, and that something never happened. Oh shit! The flood. Yeah, that could be interesting, especially if that's the third race that you could play for. I'd never dream of playing it on a console, because that's silly. Now, I haven't seen any of this.
I've seen the trailer they released a month ago or whatever it was.
Visually, it still looks like shit.
It looks better, but like you compare it to say Battlefield 1 or whatever, it looks so lacking in comparison graphically.
Looks almost a generation behind, doesn't it?
It looks like a really good PS3 game.
Yeah. I mean,
COD just doesn't really do much for me anyway. Especially because I am a console gamer now, and trying to play games like COD on a console to me is painful.
Yeah. Just twin sticks, man.
You've got to have a mouse and keyboard.
Yeah. It's just so arcadey as well, isn't it? You just like fire, reload, quickly toss a grenade. It's just, yeah, it doesn't do anything for me at all.
Yeah, as you said, you just fire off a couple of things, chuck a grenade, fire off some more shots, throw another grenade.
Yeah.
It's like, is that how World War II was it? It's like bang, bang, grenade, bang, bang, grenade.
It's just, even Battlefield now, it's just an arcade shooter.
It doesn't seem like there's tactics. You just kind of, it's just who can aim the quickest.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's going to have an amazing 3-hour campaign, you know.
With loads of set piece explosions that you just don't care about.
Yeah. You like play through it once and that's it.
No, I'm not fussed by it at all.
See, the problem is as well, they're showing off like this emotional like engagement of World War II, but it's so arcadey, it's so video game-esque. When they showed off Battlefield, it really looked like some serious shit. Oh, well, there we go. It's just, yeah. Does nothing for me at all.
Pre-order now and get access to
Oh fuck, mate, where's my phone? Pre-order, get on that shit. Destiny, oh god,
no.
Destiny 2. Oh.
I am absolutely stunned at how excited people are for this.
I know. I have no words.
Like, the changes they've made, from what I can see, are really quite small. Like, people go, oh, it's changed loads. But it's like, no, it looks like you're still fucking firing guns that all look and feel the same.
Yeah.
And enemies that all look and feel the same. You're probably going to have to do that an awful lot to level up. And then what they're going to do for Destiny 3? Take all your shit away again?
Yeah.
And you have to start again?
Well, when they did that reveal, and they're like, oh, the Citadel's gone and all the rest of it, it's like, who cares about the Citadel? It was just like a little place that you went to
It was just an excuse to get rid of all your stuff.
Yeah, there was no emotional attachment to anything in this game. There was no story, there was nothing. It was just a dull, empty, dead experience.
Apparently, they're making a lot more of an effort with the story for the second one.
Well, they couldn't make any less effort, could they?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, fucking hell.
Like, I mean, I don't care what anyone says. Destiny was dog shit. It was utter fucking garbage.
We can't say it was dog shit because it played well. It had the fundamental groundwork.
Alright, it played like Halo, but had this weird...
It played well and it worked. It did work, but it was so uninteresting. It was incredible.
Now, we did get our fun out of the loot cave.
Well, that was the sad thing. You got us stood there with like 10 other people just firing into the loot cave.
We never got anything good.
Oh, man.
And now you have to pay to get beta access.
Forza again.
I don't really care about Forza. But yeah, Destiny just... It was the combination if I... Oh, man, no, next. Star Wars Batman, maybe. The thing is... Because it was the triple fucking stack of shit. You had Destiny.
Oh no! See, this is the problem. Now you've got us on a rant.
I know, no, but it's worth it because you had the triple stack. That was a hell of a shit sandwich.
What was it? Watch Dogs?
Destiny, Watch Dogs, and...
Oh, what was the other game that came out? And it was just like, I've lost hope.
It was in a few months. And I was looking at my PS4 and I was like, my god.
Watch Dogs, Destiny.
There were 3 high...
They were all like proper...
Wasn't it the new Assassin's Creed? That's when Unity came out as well.
Yeah, no, it was, it was. And it was completely fucking broken.
Yeah.
And this was like, do you know what? I feel like I've given up.
Yeah.
It had that effect on you as a gamer. It was like... The biggest releases they announced, Destiny, Watch Dogs, and
they all came out within a few months of each other, and they were all dog shit.
I mean, Destiny wasn't broken. I will give it that.
It was playable.
Watch Dogs wasn't necessarily broken, but it looked like a PS3 game, and not a particularly good one at that when it came out.
And it was very limited. And then
Unity came out, and everyone's missing faces, and it crashes over everything. It was just, it was just. It made you think, why would I ever pre-order a game again? Yeah.
I mean, I've never pre-ordered a game since. I mean, technically, I pre-ordered Shenmue 2. So I had to pay for that. Shenmue 3, I should say.
Pre-order Uncharted 4.
You disgust me.
Yeah, I know. In all fairness, with Naughty Dog games, I don't begrudge it so much. The reason I pre-ordered it, as I said, I've now got that, Lost Legacy. I've got that for free now as well. So, it has its bonuses.
But then also, with Naughty Dog, you're pretty safe.
Pretty much guaranteed, at the very least, a very good game.
Have you seen the top tier package of the new Assassin's Creed? Seen how much it costs?
Don't.
£699. And you get some statues and stuff. I saw that on IGN when I was on my way to work, and I was like, and you're looking at this, and you're like, some cunt stubble's going to be rushing out right now to order that. Like, they're not going to be able to help themselves. 700. That might be slightly cheaper in pounds. It could have been dollars, but yeah, 69999.
999.
Yeah, I was just like,
my god.
Yep. Stay.
Wait, honestly, mate,
safe.
Do you remember when they brought out Battlefield? Not Battlefield, what am I talking about? Battlefront. The first Star Wars.
Oh, man.
You remember when they brought that out and we were looking through Origin and they had... You wait for Battlefront 2. I know they're saying, DLC's free and all the rest of it. I'm sorry, but bollocks. There is no way that EA are going to milk that game.
Nickel and dime.
No way.
Battlefront was another one that I really enjoyed. I played the beta and there was like a 48-hour trial and I kind of enjoyed it, but at the same time, even when I had the full game, I think they did a 12-hour trial with it and I played it and I thought this is really fun, but there's no content here. There's like a handful of maps, handful of weapons.
They've added this... Oh man, this is how... No, we'll talk about it when we come to it, because we will do shortly, I'm sure. Oh no, it's on now.
Yeah,
I didn't realise this was the next one. Right, because they've added a story to the game, And apparently that's like an extra feature in a game nowadays.
Oh,
Look,
really?
We've added a story. It's like, well done. I'm surprised you haven't got the Nobel Peace Prize for that. Fucking
Well
hell.
done, guys. You made a video game. Jesus.
Well, that was the thing. When I messaged you after I saw the trailer, I was like, they've actually added space battles, a story, and I don't know, I must have said something else. But I was like, it's almost like they've made a whole game. Almost.
And slow down. And free DLC.
Well, as I said,
Something's
they
not quite
said
right.
that. I'm sorry, but no, I don't see this. The first DLC is free, and
Yeah.
it includes nothing but a couple of characters and a map or something.
Or maybe a weapon.
But then the next map that will actually have, I don't know, like an extra mode or more story or something. It'll be like 15,
Does
20
it
quid or
fucking
something.
cool. But there's no way. Man, look at this shit.
It will look amazing. It will sound amazing. It will play well. And I could be interested in it. I actually could, but it definitely will not be a pre-order or anything.
Oh, hell no.
It will be a wait for the PlayStation Store sale kind of jobby.
It kind of looks like this is what the first one should have been.
Well, I think they gathered by the sheer... Well, EA at their conference, I think it was the way they opened it actually, was that they actually apologised straight away for the fact that they included nothing with the first one.
Did they?
Yeah.
But again, pre-order, you're paying now to get the demo, essentially. You're paying for it. Abort.
My God.
Abort. Now, Battlefield 1 is a game that I'm
In the
quite
name of-
interested in.
Yeah, well, this one's revolutionary because it's got women in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. No, literally, that's like... It's like, once again, it's like, what, you want a fucking medal because you're including women in a video game? Newsflash, people actually like playing as women in video games.
Yeah. I don't give a shit as long as the character's interesting.
Well, they won't have characters, it's Battlefield.
Well, apparently the campaign is really good. Because Nick said it.
You jump from one character to another,
Yeah.
I think, don't you?
And look at, like, okay, so we're just talking visuals here. But look at this compared to Call of Duty.
Yeah, but it is. I mean, as I say, Battlefield 1 looks amazing. It really is a good looking game. And once again, it plays well as well.
Yeah.
So it's like...
It's incredibly good. And it sounds good as well.
I can't... Yeah, but Battlefield for me has always nailed sound. And I actually really enjoyed them on the PC up until... what did I play up to? Battlefield 3.
Ugh, no. I have
Here you
not
go,
seen
here you
this.
go.
I have not seen
Yeah,
this.
because this was on the Bethesda presentation.
Oh, baby. I have not seen this. I didn't think they were going to do a sequel.
Yeah, but a lot of people do really, really like the original. So...
It was a convoluted fucking mess, though. I had to play it through 3 times to get it. It's going to be batshit crazy again, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't mind batshit crazy.
The first one was good. So good.
I probably will pick it up next time it's reduced because PlayStation do keep reducing it, so I might have to. Pick
Oh,
it
it's
up.
absolutely worth a play.
Especially now because with boost mode it's actually playable.
Yeah.
Before it wasn't.
It's like when I got my new graphics card and I was playing it at 60 frames a second, I was like, what sorcery is this?
Why it was so badly optimised on consoles, I just do not know.
The
It's
PC
not-
version was garbage
It's
too.
not a visually demanding game.
Not really,
I don't.
no.
You know, you see some of the games they can play flawlessly.
Mhm.
You know, like Horizon or whatever, and
Well-
then a game like this brings it to its knees.
I know there was a bit of development hell with this game because there was one point where Shinji Mikami, I believe his name is, was complaining that he had to make 5 different versions of the game. He had to make PC, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 version. So that's a lot for a small studio. So maybe it's that, but there's still no excuse for it to be that shit. They should have just scratched the Xbox 360 and PS3 version.
I didn't know it was on last gen
Yeah,
consoles.
yeah. One of the last games to be, I think. This looks cool. I know you've got to save your daughter or something in this one, which is interesting. But are you still in the mind machine? That doesn't make any sense.
From what I've heard about it, is you go into the mind machine to access your own mind, and or something. I don't know the original, so I don't actually know what I'm talking about really. It was just what I saw someone talking about on something.
As long as you're not farting or
No, there's been plenty of that.
Give it a minute.
having naked people on the telly.
I mean, technically he was naked.
Well,
yeah, so I'll be on board with that one anyway.
what's next?
Dishonored.
I'll be honest with you, I quite enjoyed the first one, but it definitely wasn't a game I wanted a sequel to.
No.
I just, yeah.
I played the crap out of the first one, but I didn't complete it. And I don't know why I didn't complete it, because I enjoyed it so much.
For me, it was one of those games I enjoyed a lot up until a certain point, and I was just like, nah, I'm done with this now.
Very surprised that it did get a sequel. I mean, I never finished the game. Did it end open-endedly, or...?
I honestly don't remember hardly any of it.
No.
I really don't remember hardly any of the game. And that's half the problem, it just wasn't memorable. I just didn't really care. Because all the artwork, what got me into the game was the artwork's done by Victor Antonov, who did the artwork for Half-Life 2.
Oh.
And like that's what initially got me into it. But I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I must have played about 10 hours of the first game. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, for whatever reason, I just stopped playing it.
Good to see you, old man.
You up for one last job, Billy?
Who's the mark?
The black-eyed bastard responsible for all the chaos.
I thought the first game, the way it played
We're gonna kill him.
and the controls were really fluid.
Yeah, it was
Really
like
good.
it was smooth and as it played well and all the rest of it. I just, meh.
But apparently Dishonored 2 is garbage. Like, not garbage, it's a fantastic game, but it's really badly optimized and all that shit. Now, I am a massive...
Wasn't this originally announced as VR? Originally? When
Yeah.
they first showed it at the PlayStation.
I am a huge fan of Ace Combat. It's one of my favourite series of all time. Yeah, there's been some shit ones.
Does the color of the sky matter to you?
But this is so overdue. And when they started bringing them out to the PC as well, mate, 1080p, 60 frames a second. I take it they've gone back to a fantasy setting.
It's hard to say which side first pulled the trigger that plunged us into this.
I love it when they always try to add story and it's so camp. It's so like lame.
I don't remember ever playing one. I don't think.
There's so much. The gameplay is so good. And the plane model. Oh, lasers, really. The plane models are so good. And like the combat is so fast.
So I'm presuming it's just quite arcadey then.
Oh, it's very arcadey. Yeah, it's not a simulation at all. Which is a bit of a shame. I do like my combat sims. But it's yeah, so good. Skies Arcade Unknown. Not even a glimpse of VR compatible there.
Well, no, VR is the future and everyone knows it anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, for God's
Don't
sake.
care.
What is it with this fucking game?
Don't care.
That's the, yeah. That
Yeah.
one, games one time. Haven't we already seen these?
I think.
Are we starting from the beginning?
we're back. That's
Yeah.
it. That's all of the Xbox stuff. So basically, in recap, I think the Xbox has a pretty good showing. It was pretty
It was
good.
alright, as I said, it was okay. I wasn't blown away. I mean, obviously, most people did just watch it because they wanted to know what the Scorpio was, what it was going to do, how much it was going to cost, and all the rest of it. Apart from that, the problem was, I think, was because they started with that. They should have saved it for later
the
on,
end.
because the problem is that was like the big reveal, and then the games were just a bit lackluster from then on. Although they did bring a Porsche on stage.
Yay!
Yay!
So yeah,
It's like, here's a Porsche, you'll never own one of these. But you can drive it in Forza.
woo! Yeah, you could buy the real one.
Yeah, but
for
it's like me
half a
saying,
million.
yeah, I'll never own a futuristic racing spaceship, but I can race one in Wipeout. Fuck's
Same
sake.
deal. Same, and you get weapons in
Oh,
Wipeout.
yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's
Not
alright.
bad. So I guess now we're on to the Sony stuff.
Yeah.
Um.
So Sony, then Nintendo, yeah?
Mhm.
Alright.
Alright, well guys, that wraps up part 1. Sony coming up next. Now we haven't seen any of that, so it's all going to be blind.
What are they called? X-boners? The Xbox fanboys. Is that what they're called?
Xbox?
Xbots.
Yeah, Xbox. I've heard. I don't know.
So that was the
fanboys were.
Xbox one, and then was it Sony Ponies?
Sony Ponies up next, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Sony Ponies. I've heard X-Fags. I'm trying to think now of all the names.
Gay Station. Do you remember Gay Station?
Station, yeah, back when we was in school. Bloody hell.
Right,
Fanboys.
well, let's head on to the Gay Station then.
Gay Station. Woo. Right.